discuss about arrays concept. The complete documentation I will share as soon as the session completes in the chat box so that you can download. Let me explain clearly. So first of all, just I'll tell you the difference between how to write the code in Java and how to write the code in .NET. Of course, it's easy. It's not a big thing. I'll share this document once it is completed. The two things I'll open. One is a right. One is Java Online Compiler. I'll show you. And the .NET Online Compiler also I'll open. Only first few programs I'll explain both in Java as well as in a .NET. Okay. So then I'll concentrate only on logical programming. First few things only I'll explain here. The first point is, before going to start the concept of arrays, why arrays introduced, and few points about arrays firstly. Okay. So why arrays introduced? It's very simple. Using the primitive types, we can store only one value at a time. What are the primitive data types? Primitive data types, variables, can store only one value at a time. Simply to say, suppose here I'm just taking a equals to 10. If I want to store 20 also, if I store a equals to 20, we lost 10. A equals to 30, we lost 20. So at a time, it can hold only one value. We just print a. The final value, what is stored inside, will display. So primitive variable means int, float, double, char, bool. All these are comes under primitive types. Suppose if I want to store 100 student names I want to store. For example, to store 1000 employee mobile numbers, we cannot define 100 variables to store the student names. And here it is, we cannot use 1000 variables to store the mobile number. Simple. So using the concept of arrays, using array variables, we can store more than one value. But the problem is of same type. The problem is of same type. Same type means what? Either all are integers, all are float, all are double, like this. Let me explain one by one. First of all, how to create a simple array. Just like this. Integer, specify like this. Any name you can give here. Identity, ARR. I'm not writing here the syntax. I don't want to make you more confusion. I just want to make it clear. How to write array programs simply, I'm going to explain in this one. Just array. I'm taking some values. 629743 like this I'm storing. Some values I stored here. How the memory will be allocated for this? All these are get memory. The values are 6, 2, 9, 9, 7, 4, 1, 3, 8. Just this is how memory will be allocated. Using this today, all examples I'm going to explain. Okay. That's why I'm taking this example. This is how the memory will be allocated for the given array. And one more thing, how to access the elements of array. How to access the elements of array using the concept of indexing. Index starts with 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. That is. So simply we are accessing the elements of array. Array is pointing to this one. Array is pointing to this block. How to access means, suppose this location we are accessing like this, ARR of 0. Just array name as well as the index value. Like this we are accessing the elements. And this is the one is important. I just want to access this. This is array of 7. But the last element, how can we access means, instead of giving the value 7 directly, just find the length of the array. ARR dot length one variable is there. Length is a variable. Using that variable, you will get the length. You just collect into a variable called n. So simply what is that n value? 8. Because how many elements are there? Total 8 elements are there in the array. 8 elements are present. Okay. In this one, simply we access like this. ARR of n minus 1. Because n value 8. 8 minus 1, 7. Because the last element is always in 7th, n minus 1 location. Because index starting from 0. In a single line, if you want to write, in place of n, look at this. ARR dot length minus 1. Sir, I don't want to use extra variable n. If you just use n, it will be more easy. But I don't want to waste the variable, memory. Then simply we can go with ARR dot length minus 1. See, all programs based on these things only. So try to understand this. Okay. Now, let me explain the codes. First of all, writing a simple array. Display length of array. That is the first program. Small modifications for Java and .NET, I'll show you. Int ARR equals to the same values I am taking. 6297, 6297. All programs I'm explaining based on this. 4138. 4138. Okay. Now how to find the length? ARR dot length. Length is a variable that will return the length. We just collect into n. The first program is just length is. Okay. I'm just printing that plus concat that n. When you run the code, length is a predefined variable, so it's giving that 8. 8 is the output. Scheme is 8. Only few programs I'll explain clearly. With Java how you write and with the .NET how you write. Remaining all are logics only so that you can write. Same story. So look at this. I'm just copying In .NET compiler, I'm pasting. Okay. Same. Copying and pasting. Just L capital. That's all. Not more than that. There system.out.println, here console.writeline. Same copy paste. So logic, no change. That's all. This is .NET code. When you run, the same output you will get in .NET. So what is the difference between Java and .NET means what? Only one single thing is called length small letter here in Java, L capital letter in .NET. Of course, the printing console.writeline remaining we don't want, because today we are concentrating on learning arrays, not learning the concepts of .NET. That's it. Now, it's just only printing. Now, remaining things I will am explaining using any programming code. I just want to display the first element. Display first element of array. Simple codes. Okay. The first element always in 0th location only. 0th location. So simply to say, first element is ARR of 0. ARR of 0 is always in 0th location. Always in 0th location. That is, when you run, that value is a 6. That 6 will be the output. The first element is a 6. That is. Next, I want to display last element of array. Last element means what? In two ways you can display. If you already know the length, see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, the last element is in 7th location. But it is not guaranteed that always the length is 8 only. How can you display directly by mentioning 7? Okay. Then what we will do? We just find the length. N equals to ARR dot length. We just find the length. And then I already told you, here you can display ARR of 7. But instead of that, ARR of collecting the length into one variable N and then printing ARR dot length minus 1. Like simply to say N minus 1. So here, that last element is not 7, it's N minus 1. It's N minus 1. So, in both the ways, you will get the same value only. Last element in array is 8 that we have taken. 8. That is. And one more here. You can try this one also. What is that? Sir, I don't want to collect that length into N first. Directly you can specify here. See, try to understand. So what is that? Array dot length is 8. 8 minus 1, 7. 7. So total ARR of 7. In that 7th location, the value is there. In a single line also, you can display the thing. In single line, we can display the thing quickly. I'll ask you to write few programs, don't worry, because it's a simple thing. Next one, sir, I just want to check the first element is even number or not. Even or not. Check the first element of array is even or not. So first element is in which location? ARR of 0. See, in ARR of 0, the first element is there. So we are checking the first element is even or not. How can we check? Here, ARR of 0th location element we are checking. Even number means the number is divisible by 2. The number is divisible by 2. So if ARR of 0 mod 2 equals to 0, if it is divisible with 2, simply to say yes, the first element is even. Else the first element is not even. So checking the first element of array is even or not. Of course, 6. 6 is even. 6 is even. Look at this. Even number. First element is even. This is the one. Now checking that last element, check the last element of array. The last element of array is odd or not. This seems to be easy. But why you are explaining these many simple things means what? Today, I just want to explain from the very basic to very extreme level of coding in arrays. So many examples I'm trying to explain. Okay. Just last element. How can you get the last element? The element which is present in length -1 location. ARR dot length -1. Try to understand the code. Sir, so much confusion of writing the code like this. Don't worry. Don't worry. Take into one variable. Very happy. Now just check n. Got the point? Or just length. See how many ways you can write. Sir, don't make me more confusion. First, I'm finding the length, that is ARR dot length. Okay, na? ARR dot length. Next element also I want to take. What is the last element, sir? ARR dot of n-1. The element which is in last location, n-1 location. So I'm directly writing like this. Okay, is equals to 0. First they are asking to check odd. So odd number, not an odd number. First, this is finding the length. Sir, what it will give? What is the length? What is the length? 8 is the length. 8. So n value 8. Okay. Next. ARR of n-1. 8 minus 1, 7. 7th location element you will get. That will be in element. Then checking that even or odd is the simple way of writing. It's not an odd because it's even. Even. This is One way of writing. One way of writing. Okay. Direct evaluation of expression. Sir, what is this? Why, sir, two variables you are wasting memory? One is for n and one is for element. Put arr dot length directly in place of n. So don't waste the memory. Directly collect the element. Directly collect the element and checking. And checking. That is. And the next one is more direct evaluation. You need to practice one by one, one by one. If you are strong in all these basic things, the next level things easily you can get. So I don't want to waste the memory of element also. Directly put here. Simple way. Just giving spaces to make you more understand. Even I don't want to waste this much memory also. See, try to understand the code first. What is that length? 8. -1 you have given. So total 7. ARR of 8 minus 1, 7. So 7th location element. ARR of 7th location element, this one. Mouse is not working correctly. Is a 8. Is a 8. This one. Checking that. So it's not odd. Simple way of writing the code. Now when you run, you will get the output. Is not odd. That is. See, n number of questions are n number of questions. I'll explain one more example. Check or display sum of first and last element of array. Sum of first and last element of array. First element in which location? 0th location. Sir, I'm taking like this first. ARR of 0th location. Sir, last element. How to write? ARR of ARR dot length minus 1. Then finding the sum. Then finding the sum. Sum equals to first and last. Just printing right this way. Printing right this way. When you run, look at this. First element is 6. Last element is 8. The total is 14. It's the simple way of writing. As of now, we are just writing on single codes only. Just one element. With one element, how we need to work, I'm explaining. Okay. Of course, you have to try some examples. What are the examples? What are the examples? Hope you know the for loop programs well. Finding the factorial, printing the multiplication table, the basic programs. If you know, then we can do. What is that? Checking the, display multiplication table for first number. N equals to, the first number means ARR of 0. What is that n value? 6. Printing the multiplication table. Multiplication table means, do you know? 6 is multiplied with 1 equals to 6. 6 is multiplied with 2 equals to 12. 6 is multiplied with 3 equals to 18, and so on. 6 is multiplied with 10 is equals to 60. The question is, how many times you need to repeat the loop? 10 times exactly we need to repeat. 10 times. Okay. We know how to repeat the loop. Same in Java and .NET. I equals to 1, I less than or equals to 10, I plus plus. I plus plus. That is. Just repeat the loop from 1 to 10. 1 to 10 times we are repeating the loop. Okay. Now what we need to do? Now what we need to do? Just printing system.out.println or console.writeline, whatever. The formatting is very, very important. 6, 6, 6. Every time 6 is printing. Sir, what is that 6? N. N. So 10 times N will print. Look at this. Is printing 6 10 times. 10 times. The next one is printing 1 star. Both you have to concatenate, no? Concat. So N into will print. Nothing but 6 into will print like this. 6 into. The next one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is I. Because in loop it is repeating, na? Loop. Let me show you that. This one. And plus. Just equals to symbol. So 6 into 1 equals to 6 into 2 equals to 6 into 3 equals to like this. That is N is multiplied with I. 6 into 1 equals to 6. 6 into 2 equals to 12. Just display multiplication table. Display multiplication table for first number in array. The same thing in .NET, you know. Copy paste everything, copy paste. Everything, copy paste. No changes. The only change you know. Don't write SOP console.writeline. That's enough. Look at the output. Everything. Okay. Can you please try this one example for me? Of course, before explaining the more examples, because I keep on explaining the things means what? You will get confusion in the middle. If you practice one example, you will get clarity. Today I'll upload every single code into that YouTube channel also. I'll share the link to everyone, don't worry. From the very basic level to today where we have started, from that very basic level to the advanced level, all programs we are going to cover. So when time is there, daily practice 2 or 3 programs on arrays, because in every technical interview, they're expecting the questions for Java and .NET developers only on strings as well as arrays also. If it is possible, the next week we will conduct one more workshop, free workshop. That is. Sir, why not directly write N into I? No. The thing is very simple. Why not N into I means what? They ask to give multiplication table. Multiplication table means what? How we learned multiplication table? In the same way, we need to write the code for that. The tables mostly in this format only, na? In the multiplication table book. We are printing in the same way. Formatting is your wish. I just want to format the output exactly how we learned multiplication tables from our childhood. That's all. So this is just working with a one variable. Sir, how to work with a multiple? Yes. I just want to display all values, not a single element. All elements I want to display. All elements means you need to repeat the loop. Print all elements for I equals to 0 index. I less than or equals to total length 8 minus 1 7 I plus plus. I'll explain. ARR of I. I means the value which is repeating with the I. The first one, indexing starting with 0. Total length 8 minus 1 7. Up to 7 it will repeat. 0 to 7. Increase by 1 1 1. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So ARR of 0, first 0th location element, first location element, second location element, third location, fourth location, like this we are writing. This is the simple way of printing all elements in the array. All elements in the array is the simple way. Why it is not printing all elements? No, it's printing like this. 6, 2, 9, 7, 4, 1, 3, 8, everything. Everything. This is print all elements of array. Printing all elements of array. That is. The next one is printing elements in reverse order. Sir, I want to print elements in reverse order. Reverse order means starting from ARR dot length greater than or equals to 0, I minus minus. Reverse order means starting with 7 up to 0 in reverse. Nothing but 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. When it is minus 1, it will stop. When it is minus 1, it will stop. So look at this. 8, 3, 1, 4, 7, like this it is given. Completely in reverse order. Completely. Display elements in reverse order. One point, remember, very, very easy concept. For each loop they introduced to process array elements easily. If it is Java, we write like this. For, of course, the name for each Java, it will collect element by element into variable X from array. Here we process X. Work with a X, your code. In .NET, if it is .NET, sir, how can we write? In .NET name for each, they use exactly int X in array. This is the only difference. Remaining everything is the same as usual. This is the most easiest way of processing array elements using for each. Now same see, display elements of array. Display elements of array. Okay, simple. ARR from array, automatically element by element will be collected and just printing. Run it. All values printing. All values printing. Is a simple way. Is Java. Okay. Easy way of writing the code. is the one. Okay. If it is a .NET, the same one copy paste. The same one copy paste. For each int x in ARR. That's all. Simply x. Okay. When you run the code, see showing the output. Syntax correct only, it is showing just errors. See, giving the output is a .NET. That's it. Okay. Try this one. Java and .NET. Side by side only for and for each. Then multiple examples I'll explain on this model. Okay, na? Right. Let me explain some examples on this quickly with for each loop. Because mostly arrays we will process in real time with a for each loop only. So from here all with a for each loop. Just find the sum of all elements in array. Find the sum of all elements in array. How to find? Of course, you are getting every element here into x. Just find the sum in sum equals to 0. Taking one number, sum equals to sum plus x. Every element you are adding to the sum. And finally printing. Finally printing. Initially, we are taking the sum value 0. So whenever you are getting that each element into this array, that value you are adding to the sum. Finally printing that sum value. Printing the sum value. When you run, you will get this output. The total sum is a 40. The total sum is 40. That is. So just display only even numbers in the array. Even numbers. So instead of finding the sum, if the number is divisible with 2, then print that x. What we are doing? Each number we are getting from the array, first 6 will come. 6 is divisible with 2, yes. So print 6. Next 2, yes, 2 is divisible with 2, yes, print. 9. 9 is divisible? No, print. It will not print like this. So only even numbers from the array we can print. Only even numbers we are printing is the way. Okay. Sir, I just want to find the sum of even numbers. This you need to try. Even numbers in the array. Take the variable sum. And if you find that variable, just add that variable to the sum. Sum equals to sum plus x and print. Print what? Sum. Only even number. If it is even, then only it will add to this sum. Now little more deep examples. Display multiplication table. Look at this. Multiplication table for each number in the given array. How we do? Same for each. For each. Look at this. Each number means x. Now For that each number we need to print multiplication table. We know already multiplication table logic. Just now we written multiplication table. This is the one. Copy this and paste here. Finish. Loop inside the loop. 10 times we are repeating. Sir, this is n. This is x. No problem. Change the variable. N to x or x to n. Now observe. See, sixth table is a sixth table. Second table, ninth table, fourth table, first table, third table, eighth table. So this much easy. Print multiplication table for each number in the given array. For each number, loop inside the loop. Okay, do this everyone. Right. So we are displaying this one. So based on this, suppose if you want to find the factorial of each number, or if you want to print how many prime numbers are there, these kind of examples you can practice. Then just finding the smallest number and finding the largest number in the array. Consider the first element only is the largest element in the array. So large equals to ARR of 0. Zeroth location element, that is 6. Consider that is the largest element. That is the largest element. Now what we have to do? Compare this largest element with every element in the array. If you find one more largest element, then store. How? First repeat the loop. Starting with 1, enough. To end, ARR dot length minus 1, I plus plus. I value starts with 1. 1 to last, length minus 1. Comparing the each element you are comparing. If the array element, if it is greater than large, store that element into large. Let me explain more clearly after this code. Finally, printing that large. Printing that large. Look at this. Look at this. First, ARR of 0 value is a 6. Then repeating the loop from 1. Comparing 2 and 6. 2 is greater than 6? No. Comparing 9 and 6? Yes. 9 is greater than 6. So store that 9 into this large variable. Is a 9. Next 7 and 9? No. 4 and 9? No. 1 and 9? No. 3 and 9? No. 8 and 9? No. So we didn't found one more largest element. So finally 9 is the largest element. 9 is the largest element. Printing that 9. Printing that 9. In the same way, just finding the smallest element also. Find largest element in array. That is. Do this. Right? Right. Nice. So the more examples, I'll share all the documents today, what we have discussed, the basic things. The more examples we will upload and share the videos also. So quickly practice, and if it is possible, one more workshop we are going to conduct on strings, you please attend. Okay, guys. Thank you for attending the session. Yeah, definitely on strings we will conduct that next one. And then collections. Okay. Thank you all.